Who is Poxy? Poxy is a squirrel, and he doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He projects his viewpoints. I feel the difference between entertainment and fact and opinions. Rants and entertainment is anything where you voice your opinion in a joculating way, and that's entertainment. And the key word is entertainment.
One thing, if you're going to ramble on, keep the points in and edit out the redundancy. Windows Movie Maker was put here for a purpose, and do us a favor, turn the air conditioner off! While you're talking to no one is going to die for 20 minutes without air conditioning while you give a review of Honey, I Blew Up the Kid!
Writing to me is more like cheerleading. It says, yeah, I'm behind you 100%. It really doesn't do anything. You're not actually out in the field scoring the touchdown. You're going, yay! That's pretty much what ranting is. What is Poxy on his belief? When I started working with Poxy, I'd probably say he started out more libertarian, but as I saw more libertarians voicing their very liberal, socialist, and conservative ideas, he became more constitutional. And when I started defending the Constitution more, I started going back and reading it and see how less libertarian the Constitution is. It is about government, and we have to have government because people aren't perfect. But the thing that I think our founders wanted was the separation of powers, and that's one of the reasons why I have such a problem with the Republican Party, because I think it started out as a federal party, as a party that was for strong central federal government. And when you get Abraham Lincoln in and other presidents that follow, you get more executive power or usurping instead of going through the constitutional way that our founders. If we went back to the Constitution, a lot of problems would be solved.
Like, government religion, state religion. We know how well that works. Look at Russia today. Everybody wants to get rid of state government, the 10th Amendment. Well, let me see here. It's a very important thing. Why? Because I've said already, what works in this place doesn't always work in this place. Federal government should be regulating anything. They should be not involved in marriages. They shouldn't be involved in anything. Leave that to churches and family where marriage originates. But people are like, but I don't get my tax relief and thing. You don't get married because of tax relief. You get married because of love, you stupid people.
You can have different forms of republic. You can have a monarch republic, which is what Persia was at one time, or you could have what our founders wanted, which was a democratic republic. And that means we elect a House of Representatives to handle the money. The key was that the closest branch of government to the people would handle the money, but that has all been usurped through the federal government, and that's the reason why people like Andrew Jackson, who was a Democrat, hated the thought of a central government. And that's the whole thing, is when you get a central government, you get a central, then you get a central bank. But we went the other direction. We got a central bank first, and we're getting a central government in the process. And I think Poxy, tries to explain that. And one thing too is, if you do it in an entertaining way, it can go through different ways. People say, well, you're making fun of people and not to be taken seriously. Or it lets you open up the views, and it also is fun for people that are stupid, because you get these stupid comments and you're thinking, do you realize that you're getting upset over a stuffed squirrel? When is the next Poxy show? The next Poxy show, this is our last one. The series finale that just came out, or will be coming out, is about the impeachment, and that was the show that I wanted to be the last of the second season. So debating on where I'm going to go with this, because we're really thinking about doing another news segment. The news segments were really successful this year, so I have to make a decision if I want to focus more on news segment or Poxy. I don't think there may be a chance of doing both. If I do, I need to spread myself out. I've asked for help from other people, and trying to get them involved. But I think Poxy has become where I thought it was because I put so much effort in it, and I believed in him, and I think that it's going to take off and people are going to see the sincerity along with the entertaining, because that's the whole thing. If you see these liberals who get out here, or dictator or statists get out here, and they'll make fun of people who hold on to the truth. So basically we're just combating that. The idea about Bill Maher being a racist is obviously it's entertainment, but people never look at the titles of the video. And of course we gave Bill Maher the Racist of the Year award. And it's art and it's entertainment. And what we're trying to say is if Rush Limbaugh said the same statements that Bill Maher said, he would be condemned. And they say, see, we told you Republican conservatives are racist. And people say, why do you focus on that? You're not even Republican yourself. Because you have to look at what they're trying to do. Is the media has this control, and they want to bring everybody who believes different than them as crazy. And if you are a conservative, will brand you as insane, will brand you as ludicrously stupid. But when you see an outrageous statement like Bill Maher saying that California is doing good, and that's his example of why progressivism, which is not progressivism because it's just statism, why statism works. If his California is an example of what statism is, I will say that California is the reason why I believe in separation of powers and why I believe in states' rights. That's why, because of California. California is in debt and they're on bankrupt.
So it's crazy, but obviously the Republicans, because they love the country and because they love the Constitution, they ask themselves, what is that thing maybe that black people can't get to? What do we have that they don't have? Well, they take the bus because they're poor, so they don't have a car, they don't need a picture ID. Tag Romney doesn't have this problem.
What would you call okay to do? So I'm not going to get into that because I've been to comedy clubs now. I mean, you got white people using the N-word, and these are the most liberal people you can imagine. And it's a shame. And when you look at Bill Maher saying these things and he's joculating, and then Rush Limbaugh says the same things and he's joculating, Bill's not a racist, Rush. So we had fun with it. We thought, we just throw them out, make him a racist of the year. And it was. And the more that people got upset about it, it shows me where their loyalty is and their hypocrisy is. Oh, and in fact, I would love to take a statement made by Bill and put Rush Limbaugh's quote underneath it and see people react. And then say, ha ha ha, I fooled you, because actually Bill Maher said that, not Rush Limbaugh. To show you the hypocrisy. And that's what we did. We won that debate. We showed you the hypocrisy of the liberals. That it's okay for them to be stereotypical racism, whatever, but it's not okay for a Republican or a conservative to be that way. And that's just the truth. That's the reason why I do broadcast shows like Chicks of the Right, because I think they understand it. Andrew Breitbart really opened the doors of this. He said, I've only got two things. I'm either righteous indignation or joculation, and I am totally relate to that. I'm the same way, and you have to really join on one issue to get things done. I think like with me, if I grab the audit the Fed issue, I think we have to drop everything else and say, well, let's go after the Fed, and then we'll go and fight other. And sometimes that's what our founding fathers had to do, to go against the British. They had to put slavery to the side and go up against the British. Because not everybody was for slavery. It's like nowadays, not everybody's for abortion. The origin of Poxy and what he's made up of, I think the idea, I started out was just kind of a grouchy New Yorker. I think there's a lot of drinking with Bob in him at first, but I think later on I wanted to be more Michael Savage, and a little bit of Rush Limbaugh mixed in, and kind of that kind of thing. Also, too, the purpose is that this face could not get on there without the hate. They hate anyone having humor, a conservative humor against the liberals. They despise that, the internet statists do. So having the squirrel get up there and you're trying to fight him, it really puts him on this pedestal. So if you keep on making more videos, you win. Sitting there and defending what your art is taken away from doing your art. Just go ahead and do your art and don't worry about what people think. I mean, art is like a machine gun. You shoot it, and whoever it hits, there you go. I mean, if I have one person that says, well, you know, I was gonna not stay as a conservative, but I saw your video and it really picked me up, and I put the sword and the shield and I'm going back out there and fight. If that's what our videos do, then it was all worth it. If just one person.
Good to the potter to make it. The vessel being us and the potter being God can use anyone, even a fluffy, grouchy squirrel. So think about this, won't you?
So that's where a lot of that comes from. So whether or not we'll do more Poxys, we'll see. We're dividing up work. Whether we're going to do more, you know, if we're going to add more different news segments, or more Poxy shows, or do Jungle Friends with Jazz and Friends and that kind of thing, we'll see. So I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the subscribers. Keep at it. Keep the fight going. And remember, hold them accountable. Don't let them fall. Don't let them have the upper hand. Guys, I'm out of here.